Hello, and welcome back to the Healing Embodied podcast. This is your host, Chelsea Horton, and today I am joined by the Tamika Carlton. She is a relationship expert, and I am very excited about the conversation we're going to have today. All things relationships, how our early relationships impact our current relationships, how our current relationships impact the quality of our life overall. It's going to be a juicy conversation. So, welcome to the podcast, Tamika. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chelsea. I love the introduction because I feel like it is going to be a very fruitful conversation. But as you mentioned, I'm a relationship expert. I've been in the game talking about relationships for as long as I can remember, but I became more focused on it after getting with my now husband in 2016. And I think, over the course of my entire life, I recognized the value of relationships after losing my father at a young age unexpectedly, and then dating my husband and really recognizing that when you meet your match, if you will, and really all of the relationships that you're tied to, you recognize that they become a mirror of who you are and you have to heal things, right? You have to really face things head on and it becomes a healing journey, if you will. And I think that, I start prioritizing learning more about it, kind of studying my own scenarios, recognizing the flaws and the mistakes that we all generate in all of our relationships. And I've launched my podcast, the Real Connect podcast, recently. I also did couples experience, which I ran with my husband. It's a inclusive relationship company, so we did couples retreats. So like all of the things have happened, and now I'm in this place where I'm like, I worked with couples, I've worked with myself, right, and my husband, and I recognize that both romantic and platonic relationships are so valuable to us, but we really only typically concentrate on the romantic ones. And the Real Connect podcast is really the focal point of me having the conversations with all people about all relationships, friendships, familiar relationships, all of it. Because as you mentioned, I really do feel that, and research shows that when you have quality relationships, you have a quality life. So,
Incredible.
yeah.
Incredible. And yeah, I love that you said relationships become our mirror. I
Yeah.
mean, our romantic relationship often becomes the most like obvious,
Sure.
painful mirror because that's our most intimate relationship. But even our friendships, our work
Yes.
relationships, like all of it becomes this opportunity to really look at how we show up
Yes.
in the world.
Yeah.
And I would love to talk first about why is it or how is it that relationships have such a big impact on our quality of
Yeah.
life, both romantic and friendships has been a really big thing for me too, but I haven't really
Yes.
talked about it a lot on this podcast. I talk a
Yeah.
lot about romantic and intimate relationships because similar to
Mhm.
you, my relationship with my now husband, starting in 2014, sent me on a whole
Yeah. The
ass journey.
journey,
Sent me
the real journey
the
of life.
portal,
Yeah.
the portal of awakening.
It's
Uh,
true. It's true. I love that. The portal of awakening is key. I mean, it's so true. I think, we, first of all of our dynamics in life are relational dynamics, whether we recognize it or not. When we're growing up with our mom or dad or whomever raised us, that is a relationship. When we go off to school, we develop relationships with our teachers, our friends, or whomever is on the playground, right? And I think over the course of our life, we start to manifest and hopefully get more grounded in different relationships when we go to college and high school and we get into the workforce, all of the things. But for so long, I recognize that people don't talk about relationships unless we're talking about you being in a romantic relationship. We don't really dig deep into how these different dynamics are really causing us to become ourselves, figure out who we really are. And I think that when you are in promising relationships and or relationships that challenge you, that is when you start to recognize, oh, I can become a better person if I'm willing to evolve past what I'm technically familiar with, if you will. So I think, it's not, a lot of us just don't consciously go into every relationship recognizing that this relationship could be a stepping stone for us spiritually, mentally, physically. Like when you are around people that are healthy, you're more likely to want to eat healthy, right? When you are in around folks that are smarter than you, either you feel less than and you want to learn more, or you feel like, let me gravitate towards a different circle where I can feel like I'm the smarter one. Whichever way you go, you are starting to get to know who you are more and more and more. And the more, for me and for others and the clients that I've worked with, once you know who you are and you feel comfortable who you are, you're able to develop even better relationships that will in turn create this happy, fruitful life for you.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, all the relationships throughout our lives, from early infancy to
For sure.
childhood to teen years, they all form our development and our idea of who we are and
Yes.
our self-concept. Like you said, they become
Yes.
this mirror. We see
Yes.
ourselves through
Yes.
others. And in the work that we do, we call this like inner and outer relationships. The outer relationships, the relationships we have with others in our
Mm-hmm.
early years,
Mm-hmm.
impact the inner relationship we have
Correct.
with ourselves. So, like, how I view myself, do I see myself as someone who's worthy and whole, or do I feel like have I developed this relationship with myself where I'm really critical because that's what I've experienced outside of me? And then
Yep.
that inner relationship impacts our outer relationships, maybe because
Yes.
we're so internally critical, we don't
Yes.
show up fully in our relationships outside of us, or we criticize our romantic partners, or
Yes.
so I'd love to talk about this piece right here, this like
Yeah.
constant relational thing that's happening.
Yeah, it's a circle that is you're receiving information and you're projecting information. I'm reading a book by Bell Hooks, and she just talks about how, she felt unworthy as a child. And when you're a child, you don't realize that you're absorbing so much information, and you're absorbing the information from your surroundings, from your environment, whether that's your parents, whether that is your siblings, whether that's where you're raised. All of the things are being like absorbed into who you are and who you will ultimately become. And, we don't talk about it enough that typically feel worthy or don't feel worthy because of how you were raised, because of the interactions that you were having with people around you, because you felt like the care that you were being provided wasn't necessarily, something that was a pleasant experience, if you will, and everyone provides care in different ways. And sometimes, just like the five love languages, it's similar, but we didn't have that language. I can't even believe it. I'm 41, but when I when I was younger, we didn't have that language of like, oh, there's different love languages. Like I receive love in certain ways. So when you're growing up and you didn't receive love in the way that you would literally become a better human, or you would feel more satisfied with a specific type of care or love, you create and you start to project based off of what you were provided. And as you said, you go into relationships and you become triggered, and triggers are a representation of 9 times out of 10 things that you've experienced in the past and things that caused you trauma. And now you're in the real world and you're like, what do I do with this? That is the key when you're in a relationship that mirrors you, because you are challenged to be faced with all of these things. But the key thing is that you should be in a nurturing environment where you are cared for, not judged. You are able to be transparent and clear and go through the emotions as an individual and together for you to maximize who you can be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like if you're being faced with your triggers from
Yeah.
childhood about worthiness, about being seen, about vulnerability, about
The
all the
scene
things
piece.
that
Yeah.
get triggered in
Yes.
relationships, in order to really have your relationship be this cocoon of healing, there
Yep.
needs to be that safety and that ability to express what's
Truly.
coming up for you, what's coming up for the couple. Otherwise, you're probably just continuing to perpetuate a familiar dynamic where I'm not seen, I'm not heard, it's not safe. So
Yep.
I want to zero in on this piece here of like, okay, you're starting to get triggered in a relationship. It could be a friendship, it
Mm-hmm.
could be a romantic relationship, it could
Mm-hmm.
be a work relationship, but
Yes.
something is starting to come up. You get something happens and you feel this intense reaction and you're like, what the heck?
Yep.
Now, what I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen this too, what most people do is they point the finger at the person
Correct.
who was the quote unquote
Correct.
cause of
Correct.
the trigger.
Correct. And that's not necessarily a promising way or route to go. So the thing about triggers is it really has nothing to do with the other person.
And people hate hearing this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Truly. I mean, I think the pinnacle point for any relationship and to have a positive relationship is to take responsibility for how you
Mm,
feel, your actions, how you react to someone else's actions. And I
yeah.
think that it's very difficult to be a human being and to want to take responsibility
Woo.
for yourself in all of the situations that you may be in, right? Yes, don't get me wrong. There are scenarios in which, of course, you're faced with things that are not your responsibility, but it is your responsibility to react accordingly. And I think when we are quote unquote triggered, triggers are really just a reenactment
Mm,
almost of what you felt in a previous situation that was traumatic for you. When you get to a trigger moment in a relationship of any kind, like you said, I mean, I even now I'm like the relationship expert and I'm around people and I'm like, oh, trigger. But as you grow, you're like, I'm triggered and now, and I
yes.
know why, right?
I'm
Versus I'm
triggered
triggered.
and
And correct. A lot of times when you're going through the evolvement phase, you're faced with triggers and you feel so uncomfortable that it's easier to project the issue onto someone else and blame someone else. Like,
yeah.
you shouldn't be doing this to me. And a lot of times we don't even articulate what we're really feeling in the moment. We just get angry or afraid or scared and we react in a way that is not, it's not going to provide a solution. So for
Mm,
me and for folks that I've worked with, I'm always like, take a moment. Like,
mhm,
you feel the emotion. You probably have a slight flashback that you may not want to admit or take all the way in, but just take a moment. And that's difficult to realize that where you are now, because, you know, a lot of times in therapy, I've had PTSD before, and it's like, bring yourself back to now, the present moment, versus what happened in the past, versus the anticipation of something going wrong. Where are you now? Do you really feel unsafe now? Are you in a situation where this person may listen to you if you actually express how you're really feeling,
mm,
versus, oh, you know, as we as we always do. So I actually, you know, it's interesting because in my life, you know, you grow and you're like, I actually like triggers because
mhm.
now I know where I am,
Isn't it
right? Now
wild?
I know what the issue is. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Now I'm like, oh, this is a problem for me.
Yeah.
How do I overcome it, right?
Yeah.
So you get to a point where you're like not necessarily
Avoiding triggers.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. It's like the idea of imposter syndrome. People are always like, "Oh, I feel like an imposter in this space because I've never been here or maybe I don't fit." And I'm like, "Actually, I love those moments because then it's telling me, "Oh, you're supposed to be here because you wouldn't be here if you weren't meant to be here. So do something with it."
Mm,
Similarly with a trigger. If you get triggered, do something with it so that you
yeah.
can move forward from it. And
Yeah.
listen, it's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight, but just accept where you are and move
Yeah,
forward.
because a lot of people think, okay, if I remove the person or the thing or the
Oof,
situation that triggered me,
oof, yes.
then I,
Then I'm free.
I'm good.
Nope.
But what I love about the universe, wink, wink, is
Right.
she'll keep sending you
Oh,
the same lesson with a different face,
listen.
being like,
uh,
look at this for
Like,
the love of God.
hello, hello, knock, knock. Yeah, it's like because the point of life is to learn and
Yeah.
grow and evolve and become a better you, as cliche as it is. And in order for you to do that, you have to be faced with the things that can help you to evolve and grow.
And they're not always pretty and high vibe,
Mm,
and
yeah.
they don't always look like meditation or
Oh
yoga.
no. I
They look
mean,
like relationship triggers.
correct. It's like, would life be entertaining if it didn't show up annoyingly? It's like it's like the most annoying. I know for so many years my husband was like, "You just don't apologize." And I was like, "But like why would I apologize if I didn't do anything
If
wrong?"
I'm never wrong, excuse me.
And he's like, "Here we go." And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to need for you to like share where the wrongdoing is so that I can understand." It's not I'm very like a straightforward person
Mm.
and I take clear information, but like if someone like a lot of people in communication, you have to read between the lines.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like, tell me what you feel and so we can go and vice versa. And I think that's another thing too. We're always so afraid
Yeah.
of speaking the truth or asking the real questions
Yeah.
because we're trying to prevent ourselves from being hurt from what the response or outcome could be. But the
Yeah.
truth is that the pain is in the unknowing,
Hmm.
right? So it's like I would prefer to know, and most people would we actually do very well as humans with information.
Yeah.
Once we have the facts, we can move on accordingly. But when you're over here creating a whole narrative in your head about what the situation may be, what your partner's thinking, what your friend is
Yeah.
thinking, how your job may not really like you anymore or the people, it's like you create this whole story and that
That's
is
the
not the
pain.
truth.
That's
Correct.
that's
Correct.
the inner torture that we create for ourselves is the
Correct.
stories that we think that other people are thinking about us
Correct.
or this what we assume about what really happened.
Correct.
And something that we teach our clients is like own first of all own the story. If your mind is running wild with the story and y no amount of logic is able to like back you off that ledge, be like
Mm.
say to the person, I'm having this story in my head that says that
Yes.
you don't like me or that you're da da
Yeah.
da da da. Is that true?
Right.
Right? You don't have to say, you're doing this and I know you're thinking this. It's,
Right. No, no, that's more of an attack.
yeah. And
Yeah.
again, it's that projection, it's the assumption
Yes.
versus I don't have to not have stories in my head, right? Like my mind is going to do what my mind's going to do. And especially if
Oh,
that's
for
the
sure.
narrative we've been playing out since childhood that everyone's going to
Yes.
abandon me, that people don't
Yes.
love me, or that like
Yes.
someone is doing something wrong to me.
Mm.
I think the more that we can actually recognize that the thing that's happening in our head is a story and not the
It's a story.
full truth.
It's not full truth. It's not full
Yeah.
truth. And we would get to know the truth if we just said exactly what you mentioned. Hey, this is what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Like, am I losing it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or sometimes when you have situate, this is why friends are so important and why relationships are so important because people know you.
Hmm.
Typically, if there's someone that knows you and you have this feeling, and hopefully you can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, even if this isn't the conflict, the person in conflict with you. But a lot of times I'll be like, hey, this happened. I'll pick up the phone and call a friend. I'll be like, or even my mom, and I'm like, hey, this is a situation. This is what I'm thinking I'm feeling. Like, am I losing it?
Yeah.
And either someone will say, well, maybe that doesn't really make sense, Tamika. Where did you get that from?
Yeah.
And then you're like, huh,
Hmm.
where did I get that from? Huh, that's a good question, And
Yeah.
it's more about talking through it. And I think it's just so interesting that as people, we are so afraid to talk through things
Hmm.
because it makes us vulnerable
Yeah.
to whatever the outcome can be. And I always tell people, I challenge you that when you're willing to be vulnerable and when you're willing to just break down the walls that you're actually not really protecting any yourself from, like you think you're protecting yourself from something, you're actually hindering yourself from the best that that relationship can be and the best
Yeah.
that you can be. And I just, every time that I've allowed myself to be vulnerable or ask a question that I really don't really care to know the answer to, but I know I want and need to know the answer to, something great happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's like and it's not always great in the sense that the person's going to be like, oh my gosh, Tamika, you are the best thing since sliced bread, right? Like, swings here. Okay. But it's like, now I have clarity
Yeah.
and now we can try to figure out what that means for the future.
Yeah, it allows for this flow between the
Hmm.
relationships
Hmm.
versus it getting all clouded and clogged with
Yes.
the stories, with the projections,
Yep.
with the fears. And it does take a level of vulnerability and discomfort
Yes.
to say, hey, here's what's going on inside of me.
Yep.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah. And that is what deepens relationships.
Yes. Yes.
That is where intimacy is,
Yes.
whether it's romantic or platonic. Like that is the point of connection, is
Mm.
to be vulnerable, to be seen, to be accepted.
Mm.
And that is it. And once we feel that, it's like the best high that you can ever have. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that is the point. We don't need anything else. We just need someone to see us, accept us, and be like, I love you for
Yeah.
you, all of your craziness and all of the goodness.
And I'm curious for those out there who might be listening and say they grew up in an environment where they weren't seen, loved, and accepted for who they are, and it feels like the most terrifying thing
It is.
to start being vulnerable in their adult
Yeah.
relationships. What would you say to someone who's like, I'm just so afraid that if I let myself be seen again,
Sure.
I'm just gonna experience the same thing that I've always experienced, which is I'm rejected, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a risk. I think understand that there is a risk and understand that there's a reward. But also, I think when we think about vulnerability, we always think about releasing these like secrets that
Hmm.
we never wanted to disclose to anyone. No, we don't have to do that. There's levels to building trust and building intimacy and understanding. So start with something that's very, lighthearted. Like it doesn't have to be about your upbringing or
Hmm.
your schooling or whatever it may be. It can just be as simple as, you know what, I really want to do this in my life, or I
Hmm.
really feel like the best times that I, enjoy things is when I travel to so and so. And those little pockets of information, when people
Hmm.
hear you, a lot of times it's about being heard, and seen.
Hmm.
So, like, if someone listens to one thing, then a dialogue begins to occur and you feel like you're being heard and seen. And then slowly you can progress to new phases of trust and releasing and being more vulnerable. But please don't start off with like the secrecy that you've been holding on forever. It's like it's more about following your heart, your feelings, and if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to let it go. Like you
Yeah.
like I think that trusting yourself is key too, and knowing that you know what's comfortable for you. So just start small.
I love that. Yeah, like trust and learning that it's safe to be
Yes.
vulnerable is this process. It's you don't have to like rip off the band-aid and
No.
be like, here's all the shit.
Correct. Right.
And
Right.
I think maybe some people do that. They go, okay, well,
Yes.
I just need to like I need to know right away if they're gonna
Yeah.
reject me or not. So
Yeah.
here, let me dump everything on you and see and test you.
Yeah, and I feel like in some ways it's like I may fail that test. It's
Right.
like some people may fail that test, and I think sometimes we go into situations with this idea of um you know kind of creating a disaster or
Yeah.
creating a reason for a disaster to occur and then justifying what
Right.
happened. But I think we do have to be reasonable, and you always hear like don't expect too much from people. It's like you can't put so many expectations on someone else, and then when it's almost automatic that someone
Yeah.
is going to disappoint you.
And I think it really does speak to childhood wounding when we are expecting
Yes.
people to unconditionally meet our needs, right? It's like the
Oh,
unmet needs we didn't have in childhood. Now we're expecting
yes.
no one to ever let us down. And then the moment they let us down, we go, see, I knew this was going to
I
happen.
knew it.
It's,
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. And we go into that thinking that, but we never state what we need either. So
right.
it's like not only did you go into it expecting a negative outcome, you didn't clearly state what you needed,
Hmm.
what you required. So how can you expect for someone to level up to what you need? So I think,
Mm.
there's so many complexities in relationships, but I think starting with understanding yourself, being comfortable with yourself, and that's a whole journey in itself too. But also, once you feel that comfortability or you trust yourself, it's much easier to trust other people, and it's easier for you to say, "Darn, I trusted that person, and maybe I shouldn't have, but like that's okay. Like I'm gonna be okay, and I'm gonna move on, and someone else is." I mean, I've had friendship breakups. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
grieving process. It sucks so
Yeah.
bad.
People don't talk about that. Friendship
No,
breakups.
it sucks so bad. But
Yeah.
I think the the good thing about it is to appreciate what you've had in a friendship, know that you've learned, and
Hmm.
know that like you can only do better.
Yeah.
Like that's how I try to look at things. It's like if you're willing to grow from that situation and take responsibility for your role in it,
Yes.
right? And something amazing happens.
Yeah. And I think many people move through their lives with, we'll call it relationship scarcity. That like, if this
Oh,
friendship
that is such
disappoints
a good
me,
one.
if this relationship doesn't work out,
Hmm.
then that means
Then what?
that everything else is going to fail. That
It's so
like
true.
versus literally the purpose of life as a human is relationships. If
Yes.
one relationship doesn't work out, or one friendship doesn't work out, or one co-working, or
Yeah.
that like there are literally
A bazillion people.
infinite
Yeah.
opportunities in your lifetime to keep building
Yes.
relationships. Like that's the whole point. And if
Yeah.
we can approach life in that way, then we see then every relationship as a learning opportunity versus
Yes.
this relationship is a make it or break it for the rest
Yes.
of my
And
life.
a phase, maybe. It can
Yeah.
be a phase, and give yourself grace when there are phases
Hmm.
and when the phase has passed.
Hmm.
I think naturally as humans too, we hold on to familiarity, and it's like what's
Mm.
familiar does not allow you to think outside of your box.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes friends do that too. It's like you are in this box with a friend and it feels great until you step out and you're like, oh, there's other things and people outside of this box that can like expand my life and make me
Yeah.
feel great. Like I felt great in that box. It felt comfortable. Sometimes I felt like something was missing. But now that I stepped out, oh my gosh, look at all of these things that are here. Look at all of these people that are here. Look at what I'm learning. Look at what people
Yeah.
are showing me. Look at how people are showing me more of me. Like, I think when you go outside of your box and you meet new people, you start to recognize, oh, I'm talented in this way. I could do these different types
Mhm.
of things. Like, I just did my husband and I did I don't know if you've heard of 75 hard. Have you ever heard of
Mm-mm.
that? It's like this, it's oh God, it's like this intense 75-day regimen where like we did our own rendition. You're supposed to like work out twice a day and yeah, ain't nobody doing all that. But we did our own rendition. So we ate well, like we went paleo for 75 days.
Damn.
And it's so funny because I just so happened to like start expanding my horizons on Instagram, right? And I
Mm.
start seeing new profiles. And I'm like, oh, this person seems pretty cool. Maybe I should start doing what they're doing, you know? And then I open my world to this paleo diet, me and my husband, and we're like, we're going to stick to it. You know, we feel great. All things are amazing. So it's like just step out of your comfort zone, step out of things, simple things like following a new profile on Instagram, you know?
I love this, and that like relationships are the vehicle of like learning and expansion. Like
Yes.
every new relationship holds a key that unlocks something new inside of ourselves that
Isn't
maybe
that
we've
exciting?
never, right? It's
Yeah,
so exciting.
that's so exciting.
We're like
So
geeking
fun.
out over here.
It's like when you need something fresh,
Mm,
just go build another relationship. Not
yeah.
with a new partner or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? But sometimes
Friendships,
friendship
mentorships.
or you say even with, you know, sometimes with my husband, I'm like, I feel like we need to do something different that's like fun. So we like go research and then we go to a new place and then we end up meeting people at this new
Yes.
place that becomes friends. The point is that whatever relationship you're in, you should be able to expand within that
Hmm.
or beyond it. So, like, I think most times in partnerships or even roles or like mentorships, it's like we get to a point where we become stagnant and we're
Hmm.
stopping the growth. So, like, how do we grow within that partnership or within
Yeah.
that friendship or within that job or whatever? And typically, you can only do that when you're in a situation where it's aligned and both parties want to grow. And if that's not the case, it's okay to step
Hmm.
to or figure out a different opportunity or option for you.
Yeah. I'm thinking about even me and my husband, during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
everything was just me and him. We both worked
Mm-hmm.
from home. Then we
Mm-hmm.
moved to a new city where we
Yeah.
didn't know anybody and we worked from
Yeah.
home and we were working on our house. It was like a total disaster. It needed to be like redone in so many ways. And like for like 2 years, it was just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was starting to get the like, I need to go
Like,
build
I need something else.
friendships. I need the
Yes.
I
You
I
felt it though.
I felt that I'm like
Yep.
because friendships have always been I'm a
Yeah.
dancer, so like the dance
Oh,
community,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all my life has always been about friendships, and I was like, I need
Need
friendships.
people. Yeah.
I need to go
It's
like
true. Like, I can't do it anymore.
I can't. And at first there was a little
Of
resistance
course.
on Matt's end because he
Yeah.
he loves the cocooning, he loves the
Yeah.
introversion. But I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna go do it. Started
Right.
taking yoga classes, started meeting people,
I love
and
that.
now we know like everybody in this
See?
whole fucking town. And like now every time we go somewhere, it's a small town. Every time we go,
Yeah.
oh, let's go stop by the bar and just go say
See?
hi to
And
the
that's like,
bartender.
look how, and he was like the one that was like, I'm not
Yeah.
really interested. And then look, he's like excited too.
Yes.
I love that.
And a lot of people think, okay, once I find the right partner, that like
Mm.
all relationships boil down to a romantic relationship, I'll be totally fulfilled and satisfied with the
No,
one right partner. Your
no,
partner cannot be your community.
no. Please don't even put that expectation on him because he just, they just ain't gonna be able to live up to it. It
No,
just
your
ain't.
your partner can't be your lover and your
No,
co-parent
it's too
and your
much.
your therapist and your BFF and your
I'm
gal
trying to tell
pal.
you,
And like,
like I mean, they already are a lot, and then
yeah.
you're like, and you gotta be this. Yeah, it's it. I think. I think it's interesting too because I'm like, from a gender perspective, like what the requirements are. Like sometimes, there's research that says that like women typically want or need more one-to-one relationships, while men are typically, or those that identify as male, typically enjoy being in like group dynamics, which is so funny because that, I think the thing with sometimes feminine relationships, it's like, oh, we want to have like super intimate
Mm,
relationships and like reciprocal dynamics between one to one. And then we feel like more important, more heard, more seen. And guys are
mm,
like, oh, I just want to go on a guy's trip or go to the bar. Or like,
yeah.
they're very simple typically when it comes to like not necessary. They almost need a little bit more autonomy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like, we're like, I need you to be a little bit more present.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and the different relational needs. That's really true. I mean, even just the way that my husband engages in friendships, a lot of times we go hang out with like
A group.
another couple or a
Yep.
group. Yeah, versus I mean, with me, it's like sometimes I hang out with one or two girlfriends,
Yep.
or I teach a dance class up here,
But
so it's like a
even
group of
it's like,
women.
even when you're with like a group of people, like you have one to two people in that group that you're closer to
Yeah,
typically, like where you can get a little bit deeper
yeah,
versus with some other folks. And that's great.
yeah, yeah.
Like
And
that's life.
we all need different types of relationships. We need
Yes.
the ones where we can go deep. We need the ones where we can just have fun
Yes.
together,
Yes.
shared
I love that too because
experiences.
I think it's so important to identify that like every friend doesn't have to be everything to you.
Yes, just like your partner can't be
Yes.
everything to you,
Yes.
like different people serve different relational
Correct.
purposes.
Correct.
And yeah, that goes back to like how fun and exciting that gets to be, and that you
Mhm.
don't have to put any type of pressure on any one friendship or
Yeah,
person.
and I think also identifying like where this person flourishes for you,
Yeah.
and vice versa. Like maybe there's someone that's more of like the hype friend. Maybe there's someone more of like the go-to advice friend. Maybe there's
Mm.
someone that's like the more, coach me, I need some help for my future friend, or maybe there's someone that you can share more intimate details about your life or relationship. Like it's so beautiful to be able to identify who those people are. And a lot of
Mm.
that comes down to like knowing, like showing up for them too,
Yeah.
listening to them, getting to know them. And then you're able to say, oh, this personality type really aligns with me for this.
Yeah.
So,
And going back to that vulnerability piece, even in making friendships, it's going to require a level of vulnerability. Like
oh
when
God.
we moved up here, and I was like, I need friends, I need a community, I need
Mhm.
people. I'm like, I had to put myself in a lot of
Yes.
uncomfortable, awkward
Right.
situations where I didn't freaking know anyone.
Yeah.
And
That's the
I
worst.
gotta leave my house. I gotta put pants on.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The pants part is
I
so
gotta put
tough.
pants on.
I have to look presentable.
So like I had to put myself in a lot of discomfort and vulnerability, and like those early conversations with people are like, "Hi, hi," and I felt like a teenager again. Like, "Hi, how are you? Like, does she like me? Like, are we gonna hang out again?" Like,
Well, it's so funny because that's exactly how it is. Like, hi, so good to see you.
yeah, how are you? What do you do? Oh, good. How long have you lived here? Da, 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 da. Do you have any dogs? And
Oh my gosh, we've all been through it. We've all been
yeah.
uncomfortable. We all don't want to talk to people sometimes. I think that's another thing too.
But
Like sometimes,
it's that vulnerability that then
correct,
leads to the
correct.
deeper and the deeper and the deeper friendships.
Yes.
It's sending that text, asking that person,
Yes.
"Hey, do you want to go get coffee? I know we met
Yes.
last week and I," right? And they might say, "No, I'm busy." Or
Right. Like you're like, you may get rejected.
right? Oh, seriously, I felt like I had some like anxious attachment stuff coming up when I moved up here and was making new friends.
Yes,
And
I
it's like
agree.
my relational dynamic was more avoidant. But
Hmm.
like with friendships, I was like, oh my, who is this like anxiously attached?
Like I hope they respond and like they
Yes.
like me and like they're
Yeah.
excited to hang out with me, you know?
Yes, literally that. And it's like I literally going back to the like relational blueprints, like
Yes,
I literally felt like a younger version of me who
yes,
was wanting to be accepted. And I was like,
yes,
wow, this is such a vulnerable part of me
yes.
where I'm not the person that everyone knows. I'm a nobody
Right,
right now. And can
right.
I be okay with that?
Can you be okay with that? And can you like I love that you like felt it and you were like acknowledging it and you're like, oh, this feels like trash, but I'm still gonna do it. you
Yeah,
know, you know? And look where, like you said, look where you are now. Like you have, you know, the town.
know the whole town.
Like, I love that. I love, you know, meeting people. And I also think I love meeting people that are like me, but not unlike me in some ways. I
Mhm.
think so much, so many things about networking and just building relationships is about like, find like minded people. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. And there are people that are not necessarily, they don't think like me in
Mhm.
every way, or is our values align, but like we don't like the same things. Like
Mhm.
we don't want to do the same things. And it's great when,
Yeah.
you know, someone can introduce me to something that I'm like, actually, I don't want to do that. And then I try it. I'm like, oh, it's not so bad. you
Yeah.
know?
It's just how we learn and grow as people is actually being in relationship with all sorts of different types of people.
Exactly. And don't hinder yourself from or only investing in those that are like you.
Yeah, I mean, even a big part of my story was how different my husband
Hmm.
is and was from me. Like, I'm a theater girl who likes dance and, just like very artsy woo
Yeah.
woo. And he's like, I'm an engineer and I like hockey. I was like, what? I'm like, I don't do sports ball, okay? And he like one of our first dates, he took me to a hockey game, and I was like, wait a minute, this is entertaining as hell.
See? See? It's like, wait a minute. And I'm sure he's like, I don't want to be doing all these like
And
dance and theater
one of
things.
our first dates was I took him to see the Book of Mormon musical, and he was like, that was hilarious.
See? I love that. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, with my husband too. Like, even him from like a logical standpoint, I'm like more of the free spirit. He's like
Mhm.
more of the like spreadsheet person. I'm like, I don't care about that. I mean,
I literally got Matt a pair of socks that says freak in the sheets, and it has spreadsheet, spreadsheet,
oh, I need to find those. You have to tell me.
freak in the sheets with a spreadsheet.
And he's probably like, these are the best socks I've ever had.
He was all about it.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Yeah, it's a joy to be around people that can introduce you to new things.
Yeah, and even just this conversation we're having, it's like
Yeah.
this is our literally our first
Our
conversation.
first time talking. I know it doesn't feel like it. Are you
I
sure I
know.
don't know you?
Yeah. And even just being able to build professional relationships,
Yeah.
familial relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, all of them are equally as important in
Oh
our
God.
quality of lives.
So important. And I think you know, another thought is like friends can become like family. And
Oh
just
yeah.
because people are family doesn't mean that you have to be all in on them all the time. Like,
Hmm.
you know, I love that you have the decision or the choice to make of who is around you, who you invest in, what you want for your life. And a lot of my key in life is like, you know, when I feel an urge or I feel like my life is not where I would like for it to be at any given time, I'm like, maybe I should assess who I'm around. That's like one of the key things that I look at. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should invest in new relationships because that is typically
Mm.
how you can expand if it's normally relationships. And especially from a motivation perspective and all of that, it's like, you know, the thought of having an accountability partner or someone that's there to kind of rev you along, there's data that says that you'll be more successful if versus you doing it on your own. So it's like, how can you
So
be in those
true.
spaces where you're constantly kind of doing something or evolving if you want to.
Yeah, I even think about the work that we do, that like the work we do with our clients is relational, and we're
Yes.
both in, we're investing our time and expertise,
Yes.
our ability to hold space, and
Yes.
they're investing their time and their resources to
Yes.
learn and grow as a person
Yes.
through the
Through
relationship with
them.
us.
Isn't that lovely? Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And I think about all the mentors and coaches and professionals
Hmm.
that I've hired because it's like
Hmm.
I'm ready, I feel like I want to grow to the next
Yes.
level. And so it's like, who is the person? What is the relationship?
And you pick the person based
Yes,
off of where you want to go or based off of the
exactly.
personality, based off of the alignment. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing when you see the thread of connection and then you build the relationship and the relationship becomes like a soundboard for
Yeah.
all of the things for the next level for you.
Yeah. And it's like you can literally find people in this world who are like the embodiment of who you want to become.
Isn't that oh, I love that for
And
us.
then, yeah, I love it for us too.
I
Like,
love that for us. I love that, and I love the access that we have now because,
to
you
anyone
know,
and everyone.
exactly. And it's like that's another thing too. I always challenge people to step outside of their comfort zone, but do so and know that like they have access to whatever it is. 9 times out of 10, you have access to whatever it is that you want. Like
Mhm.
whether it's a person in your network or outside of your network, whether it's, you going to a coffee shop to expand, whether it's you investing in a new coach or a therapist or, I don't know, going to get a massage. I don't know, whatever it is, you probably have the resources to get exactly what you want.
Yeah. And relationships being, for people to see that relationships are her resource.
Yes. I mean, and leverage them.
Yeah. And not in a way of like, I'm using you to get what I want, but
No,
it's like
no.
relationships are literally everything.
They are
They're
literally
everything.
everything, and things don't have to be transactional. I think the
Right.
way to not make them transactional is to always offer value yourself,
Yeah.
and not just be asking all the
It's
time.
reciprocal. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely reciprocal. And that's how that's how I like to live my life. And I think a lot of reciprocation is simple things, just like texting people or, sharing. I always tell people, tell people how they've inspired you, even if they're
Yeah.
strangers, like DM people, like people, we need more of those
Mm.
small connection touch points because that is what, right? That's what
Mm.
really carries the weight of the craziness of
Yeah.
us dealing with the craziness in the world. So it's like those small things will in turn help pay it forward too.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine what a different world we live in if we all saw relationships in this way?
Oh, listen, that's the whole point of my life. That is my
Listen.
life exists. That's my purpose. Like, please see the value of relationships. That is the point. It's like,
Yeah.
and my other thought is, I hope that people see the value of relationships before it's too late, in the sense
Mm.
of like, you know, having lost my father at a young age, I was 13 years old. He died from a brain aneurysm in his sleep. Okay.
Jeez.
Things like that happen all of the time where you didn't get to say what you wanted to say, where you missed out on an opportunity to experience something. And it's like, how can we ensure that we don't do that to ourselves? Speak your truth, invest the time and energy in the people that you love.
Mm.
If you are not feeling comfortable in whatever situation you're in, there's so much more out there for you. There is a better relationship. Invest in yourself and others to get to a better relationship. I just don't want us to waste time with
Mm.
anything.
Yeah. Because relationships are the whole point. They're not a means to an end. They're the whole
No,
point.
they are the whole, and they feel good when they're right. So like, let's not worry about let's not spend time in the non-right ones,
Yeah.
you know, if we can.
Yeah. Yeah. And the more that we build our relational skills, the
Mm,
more all of our relationships are going to start to feel that way,
All of
feel
them.
nourishing and loving and reciprocal. Like I I am just amazed at when I look at my life and all the relationships. I'm like,
Mhm.
the relationships I have all feel so
So
good.
good, right?
And it's because of who I've become and
Yes,
being a student of relationships,
yes,
always being a student
yes,
of
yes.
relationships, being willing to grow, being willing to invest. And so I think both of us are like preaching
Please.
to the choir here, but it's like,
Right. Just be happy in relationship. That's all we're saying.
and even like when it comes to your goals in your career,
Yes.
like when you build incredible relationships with people, the doors, the opportunities, the like,
It's like a revolving door of life's greatness when you
yeah.
have promising relationships. It's like you have the ability to be better in your career. You have the ability to be healthier. You feel better. You have people to spend time with. You feel like you're seen and heard because you can talk to whomever your choice about whatever you want. You have someone to spend quality time with.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you feel comfortable sharing the good, bad, and the ugly. You know, it's like that is, I don't know. I always think about when I look on social media and I'm like, oh, that person is struggling. Like, where are their friends?
Yeah.
You know, it hurts my heart when I feel like people are calling out for help publicly because their relationships are lacking.
Right. Right.
Like you can see, because, you know, it's like if you have a safety net, it's so much easier for you to progress and feel more comfortable in all of the struggles that you're experiencing because we
Yeah.
are all struggling. I don't care what anyone says, one way or another, we are all struggling some days. Okay. And it's
Yes.
like, I have someone to release to, or I have someone that knows I just need to go lay down and take a moment, or I have friends that check in on me randomly and just say, "Hey, Tamika, thinking about you. Hope you're good today."
Mhm.
Like those simple things make a world of difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when we know that we have all these different relationships, then like the challenges, the inevitable challenges of
Yes,
life don't feel so insurmountable and overwhelming.
absolutely. Because the truth is we can't do it by ourselves.
No, and we're never meant to.
No,
Like we are literally like relational creatures.
we are. Like
Like a
it's a human requirement
yeah,
for us to be connected deeply to other people.
a baby will die if they're not touched.
Literally, I know, I know. And I mean, sometimes for me, I'm like, I need a hug.
I need a hug. Yes. Like
You
we
know,
are,
like you can feel it. Like I just need somebody to hold me.
yeah, we're
So
wired for relationships.
we are, and I think that it's okay to admit that. It's okay to be transparent about what you
Mhm.
need. It's okay to be in situations where you have non-negotiables and you move on. It's okay to want more in a relationship, friendship, you know, mentorship, coachship, whatever it may
Mhm.
be, familialship. Um,
Mm.
but the value of relationships is irreplaceable in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. And I think if we actually put more of our focus in the health of our relationships, the
Yeah.
ripple effect to every area of our lives is going to happen.
Our lives and the world,
The freaking world.
the freaking world. If we are all pleased in ourselves and our relationships, a lot of things will shift.
We don't need to be going around being cranky and judgmental and trying to,
Hello, because there's no reason. Like we're
yeah.
so judgmental because we're so unhappy because we're not connected. That's the point. We are
Mhm.
not connected.
And all, yeah, all the like, we'd stop dehumanizing each other. We'd
I
stop
know. It's so bad. It's
overpowering each other. Like,
well,
yeah,
we start valuing things over humans,
yep.
and that is the
That's the problem.
problem. Yeah, and the connection to things has become so it's become a priority.
Mhm.
And we're seeing the results of that priority shift.
It's not good.
No, it's not
It's
good.
not.
And it's not it's not conducive to anybody's well-being.
Mm-mm.
So the more connected we can become, the better we
Yeah.
will be and the world will be as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, so powerful.
I
Wow.
just, right? I just want more love in the world,
Amen. Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh. What a beautiful conversation.
Right. It was. It was so
Oh my
good.
God.
Like you don't know where it's gonna lead, but it went.
It went. I had no idea. It went. But again, it was all because you and I,
Yeah.
we stayed in the moment in this relationship, in this
We
conversation.
did. We did. We were present. Chelsea, we were present and we were connected and there was like a thread. And I
Yeah.
love that.
And
I love that for us.
we followed each other.
We did.
Yeah.
Don't you just love life when it happens like that?
Oh my God.
Like, please, you feel so full too. Because sometimes you can be in a conversation and after the conversation, you
Just
literally want to go
draining.
take a nap.
Yeah. But in real time, people are witnessing and hearing like when each of us are giving and we're
Yes.
present, like
Yes.
we're I'm like gonna cry. Like I
Right? Like I feel so full. Like my heart is
yeah.
like
My heart,
bursting. It's like
it's that feeling you said, it's like a high. It's like the greatest
it,
high.
it is. It's like, who else can I talk to today? Oh my, the two of us together is hilarious. I feel like if I was at your house, I would be like running in
Oh, we'd be
circles.
like dancing,
Exactly.
shimmying.
Exactly. We need more of this. This is what we need
Yes.
more of. Like strangers coming together to have conversations and feeling
Right.
so positive.
Yeah. And the fact that so many people are going to be listening to this
I
and
know.
feeling this with us and
Yeah.
experiencing this, and hopefully they borrow some of the feeling that we've created together and they
Yes.
go and
And they
well,
go share it. Well,
ah,
my heart. My heart can't take it, like genuinely. Like my chest is like, I want to burst. Yeah.
you are the best, Tamika. Oh my gosh. Like, can we be friends? Like, are we friends now?
We are friends already.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh my God.
Like seriously.
I'm
We
obsessed.
need, I'm obsessed. We'll have to stay in touch for sure.
Please. Oh my gosh. Can you share with our people, our audience, how they can find you,
Yeah.
what you got going on?
Yeah,
Let us in.
so I love that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. The Real Connect podcast is all about building meaningful connections and relationships. We have tons of guests. I talk about my stories, all of the things. So find that on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And then TamikaCarlton.com, all things Tamika, and then Instagram, Tamika underscore Carlton JBP.
Amazing. I'll put all the links and such in the show
I
notes,
appreciate you.
or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description.
I appreciate
People can find you and build a
that.
relationship with you, and all of our networks
I know,
can
right?
come together. And
Oh, I'm excited for this one to come out.
yeah, me too. Me too. Oh
It'll
my
be good.
gosh. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you. Yeah,
and
thank you.
what you're doing in the world.
Yeah, you too. And for being a connected soul that is open and gets it and wants to share good things with the world. And you feel very soulful. Like you feel very like calming
Oh,
and like,
mm.
I don't know, you seem like a reassuring person to those that you're around. So keep it up.
I'm taking that in. I'm receiving it. What a gift. Thank you so
Of
much.
course. Thank you.
Oh
I
my
appreciate you.
gosh. I just love your energy so much.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just truly so happy, genuinely happy that we made the time for this. We started this meeting being like, it's Monday after a
I
holiday
know, right?
weekend.
I know.
And now we're like,
I
I'm
forgot
high
about
on
that.
life.
We were struggling, y'all. We was like, oh, we just came back from the holiday weekend. We're like, we have to
See,
do things.
relationships, man, they
Yeah,
are
it,
everything.
you've been a joy. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. And thank you, everyone, for listening. And if you found this podcast episode to be life-giving, give us a rating, preferably 5 stars, please. And thank you. Follow
Yes,
us on Instagram, connect with us, keep building the relationships in your lives. it's everything. Like that's the only takeaway from this episode is like go out there and build
Yes,
relationships and we're gonna freaking change the world
we
together.
are. Boom.
Boom.
Drop the mic.
Episode done. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait to chat with you next time.